Yo, what's good, fam? It's your man Jay, and as you see, I'm still standing tall, or I'm sitting right now, but we still standing tall here in the Bay Area. After this storm, we doing it Bay Area strong or whatever kind of moniker you want to attach to it. This area has been battered and abused, and then hosed down and flooded and everything else. I have to say that I'm one of the blessed ones that I didn't have any damages, to my house or to my home. The worst thing that came out of my situation is just being without power for so many days. I think we went about 4.5 days without power, which is, it's one of those things. It's a major inconvenience, but it could have been worse. People out there have lost a lot of their possessions. My main concern, was what surrounds me. My comics, and I have a large collection, and there was no way that I was gonna move all of this to a safe place in that short time. Luckily, I did choose to live on a third floor, and and that helped out. And where I'm actually located is a really blessed area because every hurricane that comes through, it spares this particular area, even though there's a lot of destruction going on around us. Um, anyway, all that to say, glad that you're joining me. Glad that you're stopping by my channel and checking me out. Hopefully, I'm gonna be doing a lot more talking about the actual books and the reviews because during this time I was able to catch up on a lot of reading, and all of it has been pretty dope. And there's some stuff that to me is on the verge of being epic. Last week, that Absolute Batman, that is the buzz. Everybody is talking about that. For me, also being a Blade fan, the Blade Red Band #1, that was fire. The Ultimates with Jonathan Hickman, the new introduction of a Hawkeye character, that was dope. That was really dope. And then we got some stuff that I've already read for this week that is also fire. So let's get into exactly what I picked up last week and this week, even though it was late because, shipping lanes was up, whatever, all of that other stuff. Y'all know what it is. Anyway, let's get it! All right, so as you see, I'm coming from a different angle. I just wanted to do something different for this video. I don't know if I'm going to go back to the same setup. I still have to reset my comic book room and put things back where they were. A lot of stuff is in totes and everything. I kind of pack stuff up. My short boxes are scattered all over the place. I put them, strategically in areas that say a window or something broke, or anything happened that they had a better chance of survival. I am coming up with a system. I do think I have an idea of a system of protection, something that people can do when they have, like, that's me. I have like pretty much about 55 to 60 short boxes of comics, and there has to be a better way to protect them in those kind of events. But I'm thinking of that. It's definitely on my mind. Anyway, so I'm gonna start with last week, and I don't know a lot of this stuff. I don't know if it just came out last week, but this is stuff that I picked up. I'm gonna just go off with it. But I got Vengeance of Moon Knight #9. Picked this one up. I forget who. Jed McKay. Jed McKay is writing this one. And Devmala Pramanik is the artist. I haven't read this one yet, so I can't tell you too much about it. But I am going to tell you that the new Moon Knight is going to make you like want to switch over. This has been decent, but that is on another level. We'll talk about it. All right, so I got King Spawn 37. and I picked up King Spawn 38. I'm definitely going to start reading these eventually. I keep saying that I buy them, but I don't read them. I'm really interested in the story. I kind of casually flip through, and it is something that I do want to have in my collection because it is something that I'm saving up for that rainy day. Not a hurricane day, but a rainy day where I just have a lot of time where I can read and just relax and get deep into a story. So I picked up Space Ghost. I don't know if you guys, if anybody's been reading this. I haven't, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. I do have all of the issues. This is issue number 5. I have all of those, so I'm going to eventually read that as well. I'm definitely going to read this one, try to catch up with this one this week to see if it stays in my pull list or if it's something that gets tossed out. I also picked up Geiger. And thank you, Natalie, for suggesting this cover because this is a special variant cover. I'm not sure exactly, why it's a special cover, but I did see on Cover Price that this particular book with this particular cover is going for like about $100 raw, which is crazy to me because I'm like, I don't get it, but that's how this comic book thing goes. Let's see. I also picked up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Night Watchers number 2. I read this one and it completely threw me off from the first one. So I'm not sure if it's like 2 different Night Watchers, but I was pretty sure that the first one there was a little boy that was actually the Night Watcher, and in this one it seems like it's a girl. So I'm completely confused. I'm gonna have to reread to see exactly what I missed, but yeah. All right, and this is a pretty dope book. This is Paranoid. This is Paranoid Gardens. It's being written by Gerard Way and artwork by Sean Simon. So this is from Dark Horse Comics. This book, pretty much, it's like these people are in this retirement home, healthcare home, convalescent home, whatever you want to call it. But they're different types of creatures. It's not just humans, and they all have some kind of special ability. And there's a young healthcare worker who's in charge of trying to help them out and do things, but she's new on the job, and she's still trying to figure out herself and how she fits into the whole grand scheme of things. Something's going on. It looks like there's some people that's trying to take advantage of the situation, and they have to figure it all out. But this has been pretty good. So this has definitely been a good read, and I'm anxious to see what happens in issue 4. This is issue 3, by the way. All right, so now getting to the meat and potatoes of what I picked up previously. Not just gonna say last week because I'm not sure the dates that they dropped, but this is the Ultimates. This one is actually number 5, and this has been a really, really dope book. This has been awesome. It says that it's written by somebody Camp, but I definitely thought that this was something from Hickman. Nope. The writer is Denz Camp. And so, yeah, I was wrong about that. I said Hickman prior, but this is Denz Camp is the writer, and John Frigeri is the artist. The thing I liked about this is because it introduces a new character in the Ultimate Universe, and the character is Hawkeye, who is a Native American woman. And, she's trying to kick butt and, trying to make her own way. And I love the way that, it comes out to where she ends up still being on the good side as opposed to being thought of as a villain. It's a really good read. It's a really good addition. And at the end, you'll see a character, another introduction of a character into the Ultimate Universe. And it's going to be serious. It's going to be some smoke in the city, as they say. So definitely pick this up. Check this out. It's a good read. All right. So Brian Edward Hill is absolutely without pause. He is one of the dopest writers right now. He is one of my favorite writers. He is writing this new Blade. This is the Red Band edition, number 1. Not sure why they're, trying to bump it up because it's not a lot of extra violence, and it doesn't seem like there's too much that made me raise my eyebrow. Even with, dude getting his head split, like they say, he a real wig splitter. So this was absolutely dope. This is going into the story after Blood Hunt and what's going on with Blade. He goes off to try to, reconcile and be by himself. But somebody, always got to poke the bear. But you know what happens when you poke the bear, or if you poke the blade, you get cut. And that's what happens in this. And it is leading to a really, really good story. Possibly a new villain, I think. But it's new villain, new booty for Blade to kick. It is what it is. But this is definitely a good read. Brian Edward Hill always does the job. He is always on point. So definitely check that out. And I picked up this variant cover, and don't know why they got Blade eating a heart, whose heart is supposed to be, but picked up that one as well. And the last book that I picked up from previous weeks is this Absolute Batman. This right here was the read of the week. This is absolutely fire. I'm not even a Batman fan. I've never really cared about Batman. I've always, if you look at my previous videos when I'm talking about it, I'm always talking about how I believe that Batman is cool, but Gotham is the real draw to the Batman stories. The Gotham, the actual city, everything that encompasses that. And if you're a writer, if you understand writing, you know that your scene also has to be a character. And Gotham has been the biggest character in all of these comic books, because that's why you can have the Red Hood and all these other people doing their thing, Catwoman, because it all resides in Gotham. And Gotham has a certain mystique about it, certain stench about it, all of that kind of stuff. But this one takes your mind off that and makes you say, oh, this Batman is the Batman we've been waiting for. This is the one that we've always wanted. This is, like they say, he may not be the hero that you want. This is the one that you need. This is the one that we definitely needed, because this one ain't about that nonsense. He is definitely busting people up, and I don't think he has any he don't got a safety. I think he just does what he does, and it's not like he's out here saying, oh, I'm not gonna kill anybody, I'm not gonna do any serious. No, this one he gets busy. He gets busy, and it's different because Killer Croc and looks like a couple other people that are normally considered villains are actually his childhood playmates or whatever, his homies, his little clique. So we're gonna be definitely on the lookout to see how this turns out. But this one right here was the read of the week. Dead up. You got to go out and get this one even if you're a casual Batman fan, a casual DC fan. Go get this book, because it is that. This is him. This is him as far as books go. This is him. So y'all go check this out, definitely. All right, so the next group of books that I'm showing you is stuff that I picked up a few days ago and also today, because there was one book that I had been waiting on. I think everybody who's a Blurred and who's a fan of Rodney Barnes, we've all been waiting for that book to come out. And yeah, it dropped. Here it was late. Everybody else has probably read it by now. I still have not read it. Due to the storm, the ship, my LCS, Emerald City Comics, they actually got their DC books and their Image books late. So I finally got mine, and I'm able to catch up with everybody else. So right after this video is over, I am definitely gonna go over there and sit down, and I'm gonna read this new Rodney Barnes book. So I heard the reviews, and everybody is like, yo, it's the funk. It's gonna have to stand up with this Scott Snyder Absolute Batman, because to me that is still the reigning champ as far as the last couple of weeks. But we're gonna see what Rodney got. All right, but before we get there, I picked up this book, which is a back issue, and this is Creeps number 11. And I'm starting to get really into these like monster covers and these weird covers like that. I really dig that. It is probably because, the scantily clad woman on there, and then her having to get devoured or whatever is going to happen with the monster. I'm a fan of that, so I do want to do some like some photo shoots that resemble that. So if you out there, you're a model and you down for that, hit me up. All right, so back with the horror covers, I also picked up another issue of Epithets from the Abyss, and I still haven't read it. This one is issue number 4. I'm loving that cover. I love the horror aspect of it. And the crazy thing is I'm not really a big horror fan. It's not like I don't watch horror movies that much really. I watch zombie movies and stuff like that, but I'm not really a big horror fan as far as, traditional horror fans go. But these covers, they got me, and the horror comics got me. I blame that on Rodney Barnes because he's made me have an affinity for the horror genre. So it's your fault, Rodney. All right, so this next book, this one is actually written by Jonathan Hickman, and this is an absolutely dope story. This story is getting deeper and deeper and deeper, and I don't think there's going to be, any slowing down to this. If you're reading Ultimate Spider-Man, this is issue number 10. If you're reading this, you gotta see the power in Jonathan Hickman's work. He is an absolute mastermind, top 5 greatest comic book writers of all time, in my opinion. And he's doing his thing again. So there's a lot of key things that he says in this one, and a lot of things that are gonna shock you. And so this is really dope. And I think this Ultimate Universe is actually taking over from the 616, because with this, we really don't. I know I don't care about what's going on in the 616. It's all about the Ultimate Universe. Blame Jonathan Hickman. All right. So next up is Crypts of Shadows. Number 1. This came out a while back, or one of these came out a while back, and that was the first cover appearance of Brielle, which is Blade's daughter. This one is a compilation of stories with Wanda, a couple other people, Werewolf by Night, Man Thing. All of them were good stories. I read the Man Thing story, and Namor shows up. I read the Werewolf by Night, and Blade shows up. It's really dope. It's really good stories. They're really, really quick, but it is definitely a good read, and makes you want more. So yeah, y'all definitely check that out. Another underrated writer, and who's doing his thing, standing strong, Cody Ziegler. I believe Cody just did an interview with the Black Comic Lords not too long ago, but you guys go to their channel. I'll put the link in the description. You guys go and check them out. Cody is absolutely doing a great job with this. He's on 25, and I heard somebody say that he's trying to get to 50. And the way he's going, I think he's on his way. This has T'Challa in it, and the biggest thing about this is T'Challa of old. And there's, somebody gets a little lippy, but T'Challa does his thing and shows his power. And there's also a statement that is made, and I'm not sure how it ripples across the rest of the 616, but T'Challa states, "I am T'Challa, King of Wakanda," and that right there is something that we've been missing for too long with Black Panther comics, for him to be claimed the King of Wakanda again, which to me there was never anything else, but to those sometime comic book writers, they tried to claim that or whatever. But it is what it is. Great book. All right, so I was telling you about the other book, Moon Knight book that Jed MacKay was writing, and I think they're spreading it out for some reason, and it's not necessary, especially when you have the same writer. But this is Moon Knight number 1, Fist of Khonshu. This is when Moon Knight comes all the way back, and I read this last night, and I already, am anticipating the next issue. There is a new villain that's trying to stand tall against Moon Knight. That's trying to act like he gonna do something, and the story is gonna be great. It's typical street crime type thing, but I think this new villain, has a lot more that we don't know about just yet. So it's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be really great, and it's gonna be nice to see Mark Spector, Moon Knight, kicking butt. All right, so I also picked up the Spectacular Spider-Man. I don't remember what happened in the last issue, but I've been picking this up. It has been a good read. So yeah, we'll talk about this later because I really can't tell you too much about it right now. Um, Also, I haven't even taken. This is something I picked up today. Haven't even taken it out of the plastic yet. I'm normally good about taking books out of the poly bag, but this is Werewolf by Night. This is number 2. It came out maybe a week or two ago, but I never picked it up out of my pull box. But I did get it today, so we'll talk about that later too. All right, so next book is one of my favorite stories. I absolutely love this. This is something that just arrived today. This is Sam and Twitch. This is from the Spawn universe. We are now on issue number 7, and this has been a great story. And like I said, Sam and Twitch are the detectives from the Spawn universe. Sam is the one that's always messing up, doing crazy stuff, and he gets himself and Twitch suspended from work. Twitch uses this time to go to another city to help one of his buddies out to find out who this serial killer is. But there is a twist to it. The twist is going to make Twitch have to go back and holler at his boy Sam, who he had been ignoring, and try to get Sam to come help him before he finds himself divorced or worse, the other D word. I think they be calling it unalived or something like that on the internet now. But great story. This is a great read. The artwork matches, so y'all check this out as well. Another great book. All right, so the final book that I picked up this week is the book that I have been waiting for ever since it was announced. As you know, I'm a huge Rodney Barnes fan. I don't really know of too many blurs, or I don't actually know any blurs who are not Rodney Barnes fan, and with good reason. I just listened to his new it's the Crow something. My mind is trying to think of the exact title. But if you listen to Run Fool, his podcast, which you should be listening to, and you listen to him tell these stories, he's a great writer, and he's an even greater storyteller in my opinion. His voice just fits when he's telling these stories. But check that out. I just listened to, I can't remember, it's the Crow something about a crow. But go back, check it out. It is absolutely dope. I'll put the description in that, and it's from Ballin Studios. And yeah, trying to think what else I want to say about that. But anyway, going to this book. So this is his new book. He is writing. I think this is his first time writing Batman. I don't know, but this is other than Absolute Batman, this is the only time I've really been interested in what's going on in a Batman comic book. But this is by Rodney Barnes and Stepan Supik. I'm not sure where Stepan Supik is from, but he's a good artist. I've checked it out already. I like his artwork. It really matches. It's not like Jason Sean Alexander. It's kind of like Jason Sean Alexander, but there's a difference to it. I really like Jason's work, so I'm being a little partial, but I'm digging this one as well. You guys check this out. This is the glow-in-the-dark cover. That's why the little thing flipped over. But this is gonna, to me, it's a much anticipated read. Werewolves in Gotham, and Batman has to deal with it. So definitely gonna check this out. Like I say, this is the glow in the dark one, and I picked up this one as well. Usually they tell you who's the Stephen Beach. Stephen Beach is the cover artist for this one. So I am definitely, when I end this video in a moment, I am definitely going to go sit over there and I am going to read, catch up on some of these books. And this is probably going to be the first thing I read because I'm that much of a fan. So what did you guys pick up this week? What are you guys reading? Let me know. If there's anything any thoughts that you have about anything that I've talked about today, hit me up in the comments. Also, like, comment, subscribe, do all of that stuff because that's what YouTube helps us YouTubers out. I'm not monetized or anything like that, but it is encouragement to continue to make these videos, and lets me know that people actually like listening to me talk about comic books. I'm going to definitely get into talking more in depth about certain series because I think there's a lot of series that you guys are missing out on that people aren't on a widespread talking about simply because it's not I don't know, it's not a lot of money in just the story for some people. People like to go with the covers and how the MCU affects, the comic book industry with the appearance of different characters, and they completely miss out on the stories. So this is definitely something that I want to, dive into. I want to talk more about, bring more attention to, right along with, the creators, the artists, and, stuff like that. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video. I thank you guys again for checking me out, watching me. Remember, if you don't read nothing else, go get that Absolute Batman, and also go get that Batman Full Moon by Rodney Barnes. Y'all definitely check that. And in fact, go get that other book, that Ultimate Spider-Man by Jonathan Hickman. Get that. Just get everything I just told you about. Just go through and make your checklist and go back to the store and get it if you don't got it. And then hit me up in the comments and let me know that you got it so we can talk about it. All right. As always, please, please, please continue to evolve. This is your man, Jay, and I'm out. Peace. Evolutionary Comics, baby.